Hello Internet, welcome back to another episode of Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen. In the last episode, we started exploring they haven't said the name of the place in the game yet, so I feel not entirely sure if I want to say it out loud, but... We started exploring the islands, 1, 2, and 3 islands specifically. This time, we are going to continue doing that. We learned that Lostelle, who we've been asked to search for, went off to Bond Bridge some time ago, so we're going to be looking for her.
Me? I'm not Lostelle. She's probably gone to the berry forest, I think. She picks berries there for making lunch.
Cool. Sounds like a good place to pick berries. I'm going to train my Dudo. I'm going to train my Doduo in the berry forest. When it evolves, I'm going to play a game on 2 Island. GG! So true, GG. Me when I lose. Or win. Papa keeps lying to me and won't let me go out and play. You must never, ever go out to the berry forest alone. Why? There are ghosts there. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, you probably shouldn't go to a forest alone, typically. Pokemart here. I doubt they're gonna sell anything new. Yeah, this looks like it's just copy and pasted from Cinnabar Island, actually. Which, I guess is fitting. I do need more Ultra Balls, though. We are running low. Is it true? Celadon Apartment Store is several times bigger than the shop? True. Those bikers were about to trash this Pokemon Mart. Am I glad they decided to leave? I sometimes buy medicine here, but a lot of people heal Pokemon with berries from Berry Forest. After all, berries are free and they never run out. They do run out, but more on that later. Whatever. This town is really big. There's so many houses. 3 Island is actually the most populous of the islands here. Still, it could be less sleepy, but I wouldn't want to see goons like those bikers here again. I'm gonna go ahead and use Cut here. I did go ahead and put Chidang back in the party in place of Gaster again. Zinc. Okay, that increases special defense, I believe. I believe because it's the one that was not in red, blue, and yellow. Alright. That can go on Lamp. That's Lamp's whole thing, is high special defense. I am saving that PP Max for a while, because I want to wait until I'm certain on movesets before I commit to using that on anything. I bought this house because I wanted to live somewhere quiet. Today I think I'll go out fishing. God, I wish I could just buy a house because I want to live somewhere quiet. Houses are not that cheap. It's useless. I can't make the spoon bend with my mind. Maybe I really don't have any psychic powers. You know about a girl gym leader in Saffron City? She uses psychic type Pokemon, right? I admire her, I really do. I've heard that she's one cool customer and beautiful too. True? Sure. Heading on to Bond Bridge. We're actually not going to be doing anything on Bond Bridge because we're going to be using Cut here to get back into 3 Island Town. Because at the end here, there's a PP up. Can't get enough of those PP items. And this tree miraculously grew back that fast. Bond Bridge. Please be quiet when crossing. Berry Forest ahead. Alright. On Bond Bridge, I'm actually going to save it until we get to an area where we can find the new encounter. Pidgey and Pidgeotto can appear here at pretty high levels, so if you were wanting to use a Pidgeot in your team, this is a pretty good place to catch, like, Pidgey or Pidgeotto. Pidgeot will never appear in the wild in the Kanto or islands, but it's good to catch one as high a level as you can if you're wanting to use one, I guess. This double battle is against the Twins Trainer class. Probably gonna very easily destroy their 2 Clefairies here. Oh, my phone isn't silenced. Hate to hear it. 1 Clefairy's down. Second Clefairy's down. Alright. I have to get used to, like, actually commentating everything again. I'm so used to like cutting around in videos to the point where like I don't need to commentate everything, but it's not really the case here. There's gonna be a lot of dead air if I don't commentate everything, and I don't like dead air. I'm like extremely adverse to it. So max repel on this rock. Cool. Where are you off to in such a hurry? New trainer class, Aroma Lady. This is a trainer class returning from Hoenn, which is interesting. They typically use grass-type Pokemon, grass poison-type Pokemon if you want to be specific, but there's not a lot of grass Pokemon that aren't part poison-type. Not really much interesting to say about this trainer class, but it's cool that like they're exclusive to the Sevi. I'm just gonna start saying it, the Sevi Islands. That is what the islands we are on now are called. They aren't going to reveal this until we get to a later area, but I don't care enough to keep trying to not say it until the game says it. It's like the same thing as calling Shadow Mario in Mario Sunshine, where the game doesn't technically tell you that he's called that until you get to episode 7 in any given level. It's like trying not to say it up to that point just feels wrong. You're racing some wonderful Pokemon. You saw one of them, but Lamp is wonderful, I agree. If you keep going this way, you'll eventually reach Berry Forest. That's good. You can see down here, here's the actual Bond Bridge, but first we have a tuber to fight. In the water here, there is one new Pokemon we can encounter while surfing, so let's go over it now. Tentacruel has the benefit in this bio of not appearing until this late. This means I can talk about the best strategy it has going for it. We're relatively close to getting a TM for Sludge Bomb, the best poison-type move in the game, and a move tutor for Swords Dance. On top of this, Tentacruel is a good user of Substitute thanks to its decent bulk. As a result, if you switch Tentacruel into a matchup where you know it can survive, use Substitute, then Swords Dance, then Sludge Bomb, it can deal good damage to damn near anything, and with its high speed stat, it's even better at doing so. It can also use Surf or Hydro Pump in situations where it might not be able to use this strategy into Steel, Rock, or Ground types, for example. Tentacruel is also usable before this point as a special sweeper. You can get more than enough great TMs for Tentacruel relatively early. Surf, Ice Beam, Giga Drain, Hidden Power, Thief, and a moveset consisting of these can easily carry a Tentacruel up until we get Swords Dance and Sludge Bomb. To put Tentacruel's status into simpler terms, Tentacruel up to this point is tiered at either UU or, in the case of Generation 2, UU's ban list in every generation. It's consistently been this good, and if that doesn't speak to its strengths, I don't know what will. The cat's not doing too great here. She keeps missing with Razor Leaf, and that's like her most accurate move that doesn't require a turn of charge up. Krabby, I like that Pokemon. I like it even more now that I have a shiny one. I'm attached to it now. Anyway, now that she's down to her last Pokemon, knowing it's going to be a water type, let's see that animation for Frenzy Plant. It's okay. I was expecting it to be a little better, but I appreciate moves that like crawl from one Pokemon to the next. I think that's satisfying. What happens now? I don't know. Tubers are yet another returning trainer class, which is interesting to note. My notes say there's hidden items here. The first was that Max Repel that I already got. There's one near Tuber Alexis, who we just fought. Okay, I know what the problem is. These are recurring items. I'm starting to think that that little glitch I mentioned before really does exist, because it's been coming up an awful lot lately where I'm not seeing any recurring items ever, so... yeah. That's fun. There's a bag of Stardust here and a Pearl that are recurring items, which... pretty good recurring items considering they're selling items, but... yeah, we're not gonna be seeing those, probably. Okay, you've won. Now will you please go away? A Pokemon bit through my swimsuit. I can't get out of the water. Okay, that's like an SOS situation. Like, you need to ask someone to help you in that case. That... I've never seen that text. That makes me sad for this NPC. The salty tang of the sea. It tickles my heart. Aroma Lady Nikki. Something tells me I'm gonna cut out this battle too. Lamgir to level 52 from beating her Weepin' Bell. It was just a Bellsprout and Weepin' Bell. Something smells unpleasant. My mommy said that I can't swim without my float ring. Okay. Amira. I like that name, actually. That's a nice name. Annabelle grew to level 51, beating this girl's Poliwhirl. This year I'm going to finally learn how to swim. Okay, good for you. That's a good thing to learn. Alright. Beyond Bond Bridge, Berry Forest. Let's head in. Berry Forest is really big and really confusing. And there is technically a new, like, encounter here, but we're gonna save it until later because, there is a much more fitting place in the Berry Forest to talk about this encounter than just while going through the tall grass and everything. It's a raspberry here. All of the berries in the Berry Forest, which you can still tell by marked tiles, are recurring items. They're group varies depending on the berry. Like, this one is probably group B or C because it was not there. Since they're recurring items, they'll just show up again occasionally every however many steps, so it's worth coming back if you want any berries. But again, my luck with recurring items is gonna be awful. I found one so far. Speaking of which, that one that I found so far, I believe, is a new one. Never mind, we already had it, a raspberry. That's important if you're a Let's Go player. Chestoberry, that's one of the better berries, actually. That heals sleep, which is really good. Nothing there. I feel like Group B and Group C just haven't spawned, so we're not going to be finding any of the ones that are in those particular groups. Having cut here is really helpful. The Berry Forest has a lot of cut trees, so get used to, like, being blocked off by those. Nanaberry. I feel like I already made the Nana Diver reference before, so I'm not gonna do it again. Alright. There's also a lot of spots where you can surf in here, surprisingly, which is not really what you'd expect. There's that little lake that looked like it was in the, like, center of the area. I want to get to that before I progress, which I know I can do just by surfing here, but I'm gonna spray a repel. There's no reason for me to be fighting the Pokemon in here. God, I still have 62 repels, even after using this one. Okay, jump down this ledge and we can get over here. Full heal. That was not worth it. But at least I got to look at Umi. Umi makes me happy. Okay. Another spot where we can surf. A Pechaberry heals poison. This looks a little long for just a random surf area. Oh, there's 3 cut trees? Yeah, you can tell they were a big fan of HMs when they were designing these areas, which, if you know me, you know that doesn't sit particularly well with me because I think HMs are kind of the scourge of the earth. Also, that Pokemon cry just terrified me. Whenever you're in an area where there's tall grass, a Pokemon cry has like a 20%, not 20%, but something chance of playing every now and then, and it's usually really abrupt and it's just kind of freaky.
Oh, please help! The scary Pokemon appeared there a little while ago. It kept scaring. It made Lostelle scared. I'm too scared to move, but I want to go home. Oh, here it comes again! No, go away, it's scaring me! Ah! Ah! I want my daddy!
Wild Hypno appeared. At only level 30, even though they appear as high as level like 37 here. This is where we are going to be going over Hypno, since it's our only new encounter in the Berry Forest. Hypno is an extremely solid Pokemon. The most common moveset for Hypno in Generation 3 competitive scene is relatively easy to build, consisting of some combination of Seismic Toss, Thunder Wave, Reflect, Protect, Counter, Toxic, and Psychic. Wish is the only common move we don't have access to for it right now, but it's arguably the least important move to the set. Thunder Wave can slow opponents to a crawl, allowing Hypno to outspeed and to follow up with setting up Reflect for free or hitting hard with Seismic Toss or Psychic. This mainly support-focused moveset isn't all Hypno is capable of, though. Hypno is a great user of Substitute, using it to protect itself temporarily while building up its special stats with Calm Mind, and allowing it to hit infinitely harder with Psychic. Hypno's not invincible or anything, but it's an excellent Pokemon whether you're using it as a support for the rest of your team, or just as a bulkier option for a Psychic type than the Abra line. I want to catch this Hypno just because it's, like, kind of a unique encounter, but, I am down to not, if that's just not how this works out. Never mind, okay. This Hypno is level 30 Psychic type, Insomnia for the ability known the moves Confusion, Headbutt, Poison Gas, and Meditate. When it locks eyes with an enemy, it will use a mix of PSI moves. Earthbound? Such as Hypnosis and Confusion. Okay. The captured Hypno, I don't want to name him. But he's kind of a creep, and I'm probably going to release him. Or imprison him.
Oh, that was so scary. Thank you. Lostelle came to pick some berries. You can have this.
She has the disease where she talks in the third person about herself.
What's your name? Lostelle's scared, so can I go with you to my daddy's house? Okay, let's go home.
This is not your house. This is a game corner. So you rescued Lostelle? How can I thank you? Lostelle, darling, forgive me. Daddy didn't know you were scared and in trouble.
It's okay, Daddy. I got to be friends with Winter.
Well, I don't know about friends, necessarily.
Listen. Please show me you being cool again.
Okay, yeah, we're friends, actually. You're right. Oh, what's that? You were saying that this is for me? How did you know that I love rare rocks and gems? You sure know how to make a guy happy. Oh, I see. This is from Bill. You have to thank him for me. You know, you've been fantastic. I want you to have this. A moonstone. We were kind of hurting for a moonstone. We were not hurting for a moonstone. Anyway, for freeing Lostelle, or saving Lostelle, she gave us a berry that we did not already have. Never mind, we already had one. Restores HP. No, we didn't. Okay, it's just sorting them alphabetically, so we probably didn't have a raspberry either. Or, numerically, it's sorting them. I have Papa Berry. Restores HP, but may cause confusion when used. It restores, like, a minuscule amount of HP, and the, confusion depends on the nature of the Pokemon eating it. So, certain natures like certain berries, and they'll eat this berry no matter what, but it'll confuse them if they don't like it. And you'll know what nature that is just by looking it up. Okay. Now that Lostelle is saved, there's actually more in the game corner. How did he just jumped back there? Okay. Hi, welcome. You can play games over the wireless communication system. Can you wait just a little bit? The wireless adapter isn't connected. Come back when it's hooked up. I can explain game rules to you if you'd like. I'd like you to do that because I'm not attaching a wireless adapter to my computer. It's just not practical. Pokemon Jump. Make your Pokemon skip the Vine Whip rope with the A button. Only mini Pokemon around 28 inches or less may participate. Pokemon that only swim, burrow, or fly are not good at jumping. As a result, those Pokemon may not participate. Good things happen if everyone jumps in time. And the other one, Dodrio Berry Picking. Dodrio Berry Picking. Command Dodrio's 3 heads to catch falling berries. Press right, up, or left on the control pad to move the heads. To play this game, you must have a Dodrio. So, These two are minigames exclusive to the wireless adapter that came packaged with FireRed and LeafGreen. First is Pokemon Jump, where your Pokemon must jump over a Venusaur's Vine Whip like a jump rope and sync with other players to earn points within a time limit, and only small Pokemon who are capable of jumping are allowed to enter. The other is Dodrio Berry Picking, where several Dodrio line up and try to catch as many falling berries as possible before the timer runs out. You need to have a Dodrio in your party to play that one. These games can only be played with other copies of FireRed and LeafGreen and Pokemon Emerald. Unfortunately, wireless adapter emulation isn't quite there yet, but once it is, I will consider making a new video just covering these minigames in more detail. There's one more thing I want to do here before we head back to see Bill. There's an item I missed in here, a Max Ether. And a Rost Berry next to that heals burns. Where we fought that Hypno, there's another berry space. I don't know what berry appears here, but we didn't get it, so whatever. Let's get out of here. I'm actually surprised you can fly out of here. Heading back to One Island. We've done everything we need to do for now in the Sevi Islands. Hey guys. Oh, hey Winter. What kept you so long? Been out having a good time? We got it done. The PCs are up and running. The job went incredibly quick. Bill is one amazing guy. No, there was almost nothing left for me to do. Celio, I have to hand it to you. You've learned a lot. Oh, really? Well, there you have it. I'm finished with the job. We should head back to... I almost said Celio. We should head back to Kanto. Celio, I'll be seeing you again. Winter, I'm really sorry that we sent you off alone today. I promise I will show you around these islands sometime. Hey, wasn't that a long cruise? My buddy Celio seemed to enjoy your company. I'm sure he'd welcome you if you were to visit him again. If you have a tri-pass, you can always take a ferry there from Vermilion Port. Alright, thanks for your company. Alright, as he said, let's head to Vermilion City. Heading to the port in Vermilion City. Ah, you have a tri-pass. Would you like to board the Sea Gallop Ferry? He will let you go to any of these islands. Unfortunately, this is not a way to enter the harbor, as it will automatically send you to whatever island you press, but it is possible, so that's good. We're back on One Island, because we actually still have more to do here. Next time on Pokemon FireRed and LeafGreen, we're going to be exploring the remainder of One Island that we skipped before, off on Kindle Road to the east. See you guys then.